Decoded.
Welcome, everyone, to Book Decoded. Ready to unlock some serious brain food in the next few minutes.
Let's do it.
Because that's exactly what we're serving up. Forget slogging through dense books. We've distilled the crucial insights for you. Today, we're cracking open Jurgen Appelo's Human-Robot Agent.
Ah, a timely one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This book dives headfirst into the AI age and how it's not just changing what we do, but fundamentally how we do it. Ever feel like you're drinking from a fire hose of information?
Oh, constantly.
Well, this book offers a surprisingly clear roadmap, our mission, to pull out the game-changing ideas that will help you not just navigate, but truly thrive in this new world.
And what immediately grabs you about this book is how it was even created. Jurgen Appelo didn't write it solo. He actually teamed up with multiple AI models, think ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini.
Really? Multiple AIs?
Yeah. They collaborate on drafts, with the AIs checking for structure, even originality and factual accuracy, while Jurgen brought the flow, the style, and that essential human touch.
Okay, let's unpack this. A book co-authored by AI. That throws us straight into the heart of the matter, doesn't it?
It really does.
The undeniable and increasing partnership between humans and AI in areas we've always considered uniquely human, like creativity and, well, knowledge work.
Precisely. And this collaboration extends to the often debated topic of AI in creative fields. Remember the buzz and sometimes the backlash when AI art generators first appeared?
Oh yeah, it was everywhere.
Well, Appelo draws a fascinating parallel here to historical creative environments like Leonardo da Vinci's workshop.
Oh yeah, I recall reading about that. Numerous apprentices contributing to masterpieces, yet it's Da Vinci's name that history remembers, right?
Exactly. Da Vinci would outline his visions and his team would execute significant portions, with him focusing on key details. He took credit for the output of his workshop, and it was, the accepted practice. Similarly, we now take digital art tools like Photoshop completely for granted. Artists manipulate and transform their work using these tools, no questions asked. But introduce AI, and suddenly there's resistance.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The book makes a strong argument that creativity has always involved collaboration with external tools and even other people.
Right.
AI is simply the latest and perhaps most powerful evolution of this, dramatically expanding what we can create. It's a really fresh perspective, I think.
Absolutely. And the preface of the book hits on a key point for you, the learner. We're drowning in data, right?
Tell me about it.
AI can now instantly access and process vast amounts of information. So the real value isn't just having knowledge, it's in generating insights, those clear, actionable, and truly game-changing ideas that can make a real difference.
So what does this all mean for us? It means the essential skills are shifting. It's less about rote memorization, which AI can do instantly, and more about developing the ability to synthesize information, spot hidden patterns, and generate those crucial insights the book emphasizes.
Exactly. To help us get a handle on AI's capabilities, the book offers a helpful breakdown, almost like looking at the different layers of AI. It starts with the broad term, artificial intelligence, encompassing everything from basic rule-based systems to highly advanced learning systems. Then comes machine learning, or ML,
Right.
a type of AI that learns from data rather than explicit programming. Think of spam filters learning to identify junk mail based on patterns, or facial recognition software learning to recognize faces from countless images.
And within machine learning, there are different ways it learns, right? Supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. I think I've heard those terms.
That's right. Supervised learning uses labeled data. Think of training a dog with treats for specific commands. The command is the data and the treat is the label of correct behavior.
Gotcha.
Unsupervised learning finds hidden patterns in unlabeled data, like grouping customers based on their purchasing habits without prior knowledge of those groups. And reinforcement learning learns through trial and error by interacting with an environment and receiving rewards or penalties.
Okay. Building on this, you have neural networks, which are modeled after the structure of the human brain, and then deep learning, which allows for incredibly complex pattern recognition.
Okay, so we're building up the complexity. What comes after deep learning in this layered model?
Next, we encounter generative AI, which is all about creative remixing, think AI generating art, composing music, even writing text like we saw with the book itself.
Yeah, the really visible stuff lately.
Exactly. And finally, the book introduces agentic AI, which is capable of autonomously completing tasks, often combining several of these previous layers.
It sounds like a progression of increasing sophistication. But the book also clarifies that not every AI application needs all these layers, right? Like,
Uh,
a simple chatbot doesn't require the deep learning power of an AI creating photorealistic images.
Precisely. You don't need a sledgehammer to crack a nut. The key insight here for you is that understanding these AI layers isn't about becoming a tech expert overnight.
It's about knowing when to leverage which type of AI, a chatbot for quick customer service, versus, say, generative AI for drafting marketing copy, saving you time and resources while maximizing results. It's about applying the right tool for the job, you know?
That makes sense. The book also touches on OpenAI's view of AI development, outlining 5 stages, starting with chatbots. We're all familiar with those, your Alexis and Google Assistants, good at understanding sentiment and answering straightforward questions.
Yeah, the basic conversational stuff. And while the excerpt doesn't detail the subsequent stages, the implication is a clear progression towards AI that can handle increasingly complex tasks, potentially even orchestrating entire organizations in the future.
Wow.
It offers a glimpse into the potential trajectory of AI development, which is pretty staggering when you think about it.
No kidding. Now, one of the examples that really stuck with me was the human-AI collaboration in identifying common AI uses. The author describes an experiment using something like a Delphi method.
Yeah, a Delphi method-like approach. What's fascinating here is that this list of 20 common AI uses was something neither the human nor the AIs could have created independently.
So, true synergy.
Exactly. The Delphi method is essentially a structured way of gathering insights from a group of experts anonymously over several rounds. This experiment beautifully illustrates the power of that synergy we discussed earlier. They give some great examples, like a data visualizer AI that can transform complex data into clear and understandable charts and dashboards.
Okay, that sounds incredibly useful for anyone dealing with big data, which is pretty much everyone these days.
Right. And another example was a content transformer AI, capable of reimagining existing content across different formats, languages, and styles. The book even mentions Claude being particularly adept at this.
Interesting.
These examples really bring to life the tangible benefits of human-AI collaboration and how AI can amplify our abilities in very practical ways, making complex tasks more manageable.
Moving on, the book discusses the changing landscape of skills needed in the job market and introduces this concept of the M-skilled worker.
Ah, yes, the M shape.
This is a really interesting shift from the traditional T-shaped specialist or even the pie-shaped individual with deep expertise in 2 areas. What's the deal here?
Well, the core insight for your career is this. The age of hyper-specialization, just focusing on one narrow thing, might be fading. Your ability to connect dots across different fields augmented by AI is kind of your new superpower.
Okay.
The M-skilled worker combines mastery in multiple areas, that's the M shape, with strong business acumen and leadership abilities. Think of a product manager who also develops skills in online marketing and video editing, or maybe a finance manager who gains both strategic and technical expertise.
So it's about becoming more adaptable and integrating AI into your workflow to broaden your capabilities, not just deepen them in one spot.
Exactly. And as AI takes on more routine and specialized tasks, the book highlights that uniquely human skills become even more valuable things like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and even physical dexterity in some roles.
That encourages a really important reevaluation of what we prioritize in our careers and personal development, doesn't it?
It really does. If AI can handle routine analysis, our ability to think critically, creatively, connect seemingly disparate ideas, that becomes a major differentiator. The human connection itself, that empathy and understanding, might even become a premium in the workplace.
The book also touches on a crucial idea, unlearning, which sounds a bit counterintuitive.
Yeah, it does at first, but in such a rapidly evolving world, simply learning new things isn't enough. We need to actively shed outdated knowledge and embrace new perspectives. This ties into concepts like neuroplasticity and learning agility, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn as needed.
So it's about mental flexibility.
Precisely. And interestingly, the author even involved AI assistance in researching this concept of unlearning itself. Very. But this isn't about forgetting everything you know. It's about critically evaluating your current knowledge and being willing to let go of outdated practices or assumptions that might hinder your progress in this AI-driven world. It's about staying agile in your thinking.
When it comes to teamwork in this AI-integrated era, the book explores different team structures, moving beyond the traditional notion of static teams always being the most effective.
Right. It questions that default assumption. They discuss steady teams for consistent workloads, but also dynamic teams with more flexible membership, including potentially AI agents to adapt to changing demands.
Interesting.
What's key here is the idea of empowering frontline workers to swarm around value streams, moving to where they can contribute the most. This reteaming is different from simply assigning resources. It's about giving individuals more autonomy and the ability to adapt quickly.
And as teams increasingly include AI, the book briefly mentions different decision-making methods like unanimity, majority vote, consensus, that kind of thing.
Yeah, which becomes particularly relevant when considering how decisions will actually be made in these blended human AI environments.
It raises an important question about how we integrate AI-driven insights into those decision-making processes and ensure the outcomes align with our overall goals and values, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's a big challenge. The book makes a strong case for the absolute necessity of change within organizations. It even suggests that while valuable, traditional Agile frameworks might be becoming the VHS tapes of today in the age of streaming.
Ouch. Strong analogy.
It is, but it drives the point home. The fourth industrial revolution demands constant innovation, or companies risk becoming completely irrelevant. The willingness to step outside the comfort zone is presented as crucial. Organizations that thrive in this new era won't just dabble in change, they'll fully embrace it, leveraging technology to reinvent themselves before they're left behind.
And finally, the book highlights a significant shift in focus from solely delivering better products to prioritizing the entire experience obsession.
Yes, this is huge. Customers today deeply value their complete interaction with a brand at every single touch point.
So it's the whole journey.
The whole journey. This means deeply understanding the customer journey, identifying those crucial micro moments where they need immediate answers or assistance, and using data to deliver highly personalized experiences. That level of personalization is rapidly becoming a fundamental expectation, not just a nice to have.
Okay.
And the book also introduces this concept of wicked problems, hinting that the challenges of the AI age are often these highly complex issues without simple, easy solutions. It's something they explore in greater depth later on.
Right. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through some of the key ideas in human-robot agent.
Sure.
We've explored how AI is reshaping creativity, the skills we need to cultivate, and even how our teams might evolve.
Quite a lot to digest.
It is. The core message for you, the learner, seems to be that the future isn't about resisting AI, but about understanding its potential, learning to collaborate effectively with it, and ultimately becoming that adaptable, M-skilled individual ready to flourish in this dynamic landscape.
What's truly valuable about this book, I think, is its pragmatic perspective. It acknowledges the complexities and potential anxieties surrounding AI, but consistently reframes them as real opportunities for both professional and personal development.
Mm.
The emphasis on gaining a nuanced understanding of the different layers of AI and the critical need to transition from simply consuming information to generating actionable insights is particularly pertinent in today's rapidly changing world. You just can't keep up otherwise.
This book really prompts you to consider the future of work and, perhaps more importantly, your role within that future. Are you prepared to embrace this transformation and potentially become a giant in this AI-powered world, using its capabilities to amplify your own?
Or do you risk becoming a ghost, as the book puts it, clinging to outdated methods and potentially fading into the background? It's a stark choice.
It really is.
And this discussion has really just scratched the surface. The book goes on to delve into agile transformations, specifically within the context of AI, explores navigating those complex, wicked problems in detail, introduces new management principles tailored for this era, and also addresses the significant ethical considerations that arise with the increasing integration of AI.
Which are massive.
Huge. So if these initial insights have sparked your curiosity, I highly recommend diving into the full text. There's a lot more there.
Absolutely. Human-Robot Agent is a treasure trove of valuable knowledge.
Yeah.
And we sincerely hope this decoded version has given you a significant head start in understanding these critical shifts. What stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from our conversation today? What questions are now swirling in your mind? We encourage you to ponder these further.
And maybe consider this final thought. If artificial intelligence can evolve to become a valuable co-creator and a productive member of our teams, what does that tell us about the often untapped potential of human collaboration itself?
Good question.
And perhaps even more significantly, how crucial will uniquely human skills like empathy, critical thinking, and complex problem solving become in a world increasingly populated by intelligent machines? The rise of AI might just be the catalyst that pushes us to become even more human.
A powerful thought to end on. Thanks for tuning in to Book Decoded. Until our next exploration, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep engaging with the ever-evolving world around us.